Reality is always shifting. The question is, are you aware and intentional about the reality you are shifting into? Or are you shifting realities on default, on autopilot? When we talk about reality shifting or shifting into a parallel reality, it might sound mystical or even impossible. But the truth is, we are shifting realities in every moment of every day. It's hypothesized that there are a limitless number of parallel realities, meaning that there are an infinite number of possibilities for you and the outcomes of your life. There is a reality in which you are dating a specific person, in which you are a celebrity, in which you have a certain amount of money. Anything you can imagine in your own mind is essentially the brain's way of perceiving, looking through the window into a different reality, which, although this reality may be entirely different, because you can imagine it, that also means it is accessible to you. It exists, and you are capable of shifting into that reality. Whenever we begin to consciously participate in creating our own reality or shifting into a new reality, sometimes we refer to this as manifesting or using the law of attraction. And while we hear many amazing, seemingly miraculous stories of people who have successfully used the law of attraction to manifest something into their lives, to shift into a new reality, what is lesser talked about are the signs and symptoms that come with reality shifting, especially when we begin shifting realities very fast or manifesting very fast. Usually these things happen to conscious creators like you listening to this podcast, who are not entirely aware of just how powerful they truly are. Because if you're experiencing these signs, it may seem like something is going wrong, but in truth, everything is going right. You are simply changing your reality, shifting into a new reality so rapidly. You are literally channeling your focused energy in such a powerful way that you are altering the very fabric of the reality around you. And as a result of that, you are perhaps experiencing some of even the undesirable, or what we would label negative, signs and symptoms of simply manifesting or shifting reality so quickly. Because yes, although it isn't often talked about, we can experience strange or even negative feelings, sensations, and signs when we begin to shift very fast into a new reality. You could think of these signs and symptoms kind of like jet lag. When you fly from one place to another, especially across several time zones, even thousands of miles, think about how amazing that experience is. You start in one place, and then just 4, 5, 6 hours later, you are in an entirely different world, essentially, an entirely different place on the planet, a whole new environment. This is what it's like when you parallel reality shift, when you shift realities very fast. It's like getting on that airplane, falling asleep on the plane, and then waking up, and suddenly you've flown from New York to California in what felt like a blink of an eye. And although this experience can be very exciting, shifting realities can be exhilarating, just like flying to a new location. However, at the same time, we can experience some of the same negative symptoms we experience when we fly. Feelings of unfamiliarity, even some of those physical symptoms we get associated with jet lag. We can have a kind of energetic jet lag when we shift into a new reality. So what are these signs and symptoms that you could be shifting or have shifted into a brand new reality? Well, I'm going to get into those in a moment, but first allow me to introduce myself. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If I resonate with you so far, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. So what is the first sign that you may have shifted into a parallel reality or a new reality? You notice different things in your environment, things that either you never noticed before, or you're telling yourself you must have never noticed it before, because if you didn't know better, you would think that it just wasn't even there before. The thing about reality shifting that is so complex and yet so amazing is that reality actually exists on so many different layers. And what we experience within our physical reality, what we absorb through our senses, how we perceive and feel in the world around us, is dependent on our vibration. As we raise or lower our vibration, we actually have different experiences from others in the same physical world. This is why sometimes people talk about how two people can walk down the exact same city street and have entirely different experiences depending on where their vibration is at. For example, someone could walk down the street with a very low vibration and they might notice the potholes on the road. They might notice that it seems too empty and they might feel lonely because they are attracting these points of focus on that street that make up their perception of the street based on their point of attraction, their vibration, which is in a low space. Now, in contrast, someone with a very high vibration could walk down the same street and have the most wonderful experience. They could notice beautiful buildings, notice that it's a beautiful sunny day, that the weather is so warm, that it's so peaceful, rather than perceiving it as lonely, like the person in the low vibration. But this perception of reality is entirely based on their vibration. So the same thing can happen to you when you shift your point of attraction to a much higher space. When you begin aligning with your goals and dreams, what you're trying to manifest in your life, you will notice and experience different things in your same reality, in your same physical world. The second sign you've shifted into a new reality or a parallel reality is you may be experiencing some strange and unexplainable physical symptoms. Now, of course, I must disclaim this by saying, always check first with a medical professional. Be sure that these symptoms have no root medical cause. But I'm speaking to those of you who experience some strange signs and symptoms that have no medical explanation. Things like unexplained feelings of vertigo, which is an especially common one. Vertigo can sometimes be a sign of raising your vibration or switching vibrations very rapidly. Moving from a low vibration to a high vibration very fast can make you feel almost dizzy. Feelings of even nausea or headaches strange and even uncomfortable physical symptoms similar to the symptoms you would get from motion sickness. In a sense, this is your body trying to process a very changed energy, a very changed world. This is also why I know I speak often about subliminals, which I use very frequently in my own life. Subliminals are meditations that have unconscious affirmations targeted to the subconscious mind. So essentially, they are subconscious mind reprogramming tools. But sometimes when people begin listening to subliminals, and this even at times happens to me, or they listen to a certain subliminal many, many times in a day, they can start to feel a little bit dizzy, a little bit nauseous, have a little bit of a headache. And this happens because they are reprogramming their subconscious mind, reprogramming their energy, shifting so quickly, so rapidly, that it's actually causing them to process these rapid energetic changes through the physical body, which is why I always recommend with subliminals, if you do ever experience any of these symptoms, although this isn't a negative sign, it means you are shifting very fast. I do recommend scaling back your listening to just 1 or 2 sessions a day, whatever feels comfortable and good for you. Which, by the way, subliminals are especially a very powerful way to shift into a new reality, to design your reality to order, because it's the subconscious mind that manifests 95% of everything around us. All of those unconscious processes of our body, the things that we notice and absorb, all of that is determined by the subconscious. So reprogramming the subconscious with subliminals is such a powerful way to completely alter your vibration and manifest your desires. So I've created subliminals for all areas of life on my website, soundandsoulful.com. So you can try out any of those free when you create a free trial account on my site. But specifically, I have one subliminal for parallel reality shifting. This is so powerful, especially if you listen to it overnight, to shift you into your desired reality. So that will be linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can click those links to explore more about the parallel reality shifting subliminal I've created. So the next sign that you've shifted into a new reality or a parallel reality is that you feel a bit displaced. Things seem a bit unfamiliar to you. Even people that you know might start to seem a little unfamiliar to you. And again, this is just because you are shifting your energy and therefore radically altering your interactions with everyone around you. You may even find that others in your life may notice something different about you. They may say that you seem different, you seem happier, something looks different about you. And what they are referring to is a change in your energy, which to most people, the energy field, the aura, is not physically perceptible. But it's something that we see through the third eye, through the intuition. It's something that we can pick up on energetically and that others can notice within and around us. So others may even comment that something just seems different about you or you seem happier, and they're referring to a radical shift in your energy that could be indicating that you are shifting or have shifted into a new reality. And finally, probably the strangest and most confusing symptom of all is as you are shifting very fast into a new reality, you may actually find there are feelings of sadness or confusion or even some negative emotions associated with this shift. So this happens again because just like your physical body has to process these energetic changes, they are also processed through your emotional body, through your emotions. So when things change very, very fast around us, even when these changes are positive, this shift can kind of startle our body at all layers, the emotional body, the energy body, even the physical body. And this kind of jolt or shock can cause us to feel a little bit sad, a little bit confused. Like I said earlier, you can feel displaced, you can have strange physical symptoms. And just know that whenever you are experiencing any symptoms I've mentioned here that are negative or impacting you negatively, most of these symptoms I'm listing are just to help clarify for someone who feels as though their life is shifting in really positive ways, but they also are experiencing some of these perceived to be negative symptoms and signs. And I just wanted to give a better understanding of why that could be. But also, it isn't necessary per se for you to be intensely experiencing all of these things all the time. You get to choose your own path and how quickly you want to go in that direction. So sometimes whenever I start to experience these more negative signs and symptoms of just shifting my reality, of manifesting so fast, sometimes it can be a good idea to just allow yourself to relax and to breathe a little bit, to maybe ease up a little bit on focusing your energy so intently, so strongly, and just allow yourself to participate in self-care, do things that you love, care for your physical body, go for a walk, do things that ground you, that make you feel grounded in your physical world. Because sometimes as spiritual beings, as powerful creators, we can feel kind of up in the clouds a little bit. And it all is about balance. It's all about balance. So when you're starting to feel as though you are exuding all this power and magnetism and shifting so fast, but also feeling a little chaotic or a little displaced, it can be good to recenter yourself, to ground yourself. So I've already recommended my parallel reality shifting. That is for those of you who want to go faster, who want to shift faster. Especially if you listen to that overnight, it will really shift your reality very quickly. However, for those of you more interested in just grounding, clearing your energy, recentering yourself, I would also recommend my 7 chakra clearing subliminal. I personally listen to this every single morning as I meditate. So I will actually leave both of those subliminals linked below in the pinned comment and description box, so you can explore whichever one really matches more of your goals at this time, or even just for today, for this day. And as I said earlier, you can try out either of those subliminals or any of the more than 100 I've created completely free for 7 days when you create a free trial account on my site. So thank you so much for joining me here today in this podcast. If I resonate with you, subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to get updated when I post new content. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.